Hi, this is Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show, and you're listening to the Red List News, where we are freeing America, one enslaved mind at a time. Well, I find it, excuse me, absolutely incredible that people will accept something with such little scientific proof. What am I talking about? No, I'm not talking about climate change, although I could be. I'm talking about who really built the pyramids and what are the significance. Now, before we get started, I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat and tell you I'm one of those people that believe that mankind has risen up before and has advanced technologically to a very high level, and then something happened. Unfortunately, if you think I'm a tinfoil hat wearer, and I might very well be, you also have to discount everything in the Ayurvedic teachings in India, the Hopi legends of this being the fifth world, ancient Chinese legends. These legends they're legendary. They're all over the planet. Who really built the pyramids? I'll tell you who didn't do it. The Egyptians did not do it. Oh, they moved in and they decorated and they might have made a few little minor revisions, kind of like what you do in your house, but you didn't build your house. How do I know that the Egyptians did not build the pyramids? Let me just give you a few facts. Because I'm laying foundation for an interview I'm doing with ex-NSA agent Vance Davis on this technology later in the week. Number one, the pyramids are multi-ton stones placed on multi-ton stones. 60 tons in some cases. Where would you get the ropes and levers big enough to hoist these stones at a 12-degree angle? Did the Egyptians have special powers we didn't know about? I hear that they mastered anti-gravity. Really? They didn't have flushing toilets. The fulcrum, according to the mathematicians, to hoist a stone as big as what we see at Giza would have to have been a mile and a half long. It would have needed 1,000,000 people to hoist the stone of average body strength. There weren't 1,000,000 slaves, as is purported to be in the legends, in the whole Nile River Valley. And then, of course, the seven pyramids there, everyone agrees they're a per scale representation of the constellation Orion. The problem is there's some of those stars you can't see without a telescope. So now we're asked to believe that the Egyptians, who did not master electricity, had observatories, and they were able to build these pyramids to scale. And then the margin of error between these massive stones is 1/200th of an inch, which through the ages has served to make them almost erosion proof. What's interesting about that is 1/200th of an inch is something we can't duplicate on a single family home. In fact, in 1988, Japanese engineers and American engineers tried to reconstruct the Giza pyramid at 5% scale, and they couldn't do it. 5% scale. Couldn't master the engineering. We have no one on the planet that can duplicate this feat. And people say, well, it's one of the seven wonders of the world. Well, I wonder who in the world could have done this if the most advanced technologically society here, like America, couldn't do it today. And the Japanese too. But there's more. There are pyramids like these all over the planet, and they all line up with the equinox and the solstice, and they did so 17,500 years ago in unison. All these pyramids all over the world, from Bangkok, the Wang province in China, Yamaguni underneath the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Okinawa, South America, Mexico, and of course Giza. 17,500 years ago? Wait a minute. Hold on. Weren't we told that the pyramids are about 4,000 to 5,000 years old? Well, if the Egyptians built them, that's about how old they'd have to be. But wait, there is water erosion on the Sphinx in the lower reaches of the Giza Plateau that have been repaired 3 times. Twice by the British, once by the Egyptians. And what did they find? The water was so high up, the water erosion marks, that climatologists tell us there hasn't been enough water in the Nile River Valley like that to have left those kind of marks since the last ice age. Well, guys, that's over 10,000 years ago. And when you have pyramids all over the planet like this, and we know Egyptians weren't seafaring people, we have to ask what's going on. I've just scratched the surface. Vance and I are going to get into this in a lot more detail later in the week. And we're going to talk about the technology behind the pyramids. We're going to debate who built them, because Vance and I have slightly different views, and you'll be able to see the compare and contrast. But I challenge people. How could you possibly say the Egyptians built them, given these technologically inferior people to today? If you have a way that the Egyptians did it, please leave me comments below. Love to see it. We're going to start down this path. We're going to unlock some of the mysteries of the world. I think you're going to enjoy this series. You know, yes, we're going to continue to report on Putin and Obama and his shenanigans and Trump as he assumes office. We're going to do all the important things, yes, but we need a little variety. And I think this is a fascinating topic. And I want to hear what you think in the comments section. And stay tuned, because later in the week, Vance Davis, ex-NSA, Dave Hodges, going to be going through this very thing in much more depth and detail. It's going to be a lively discussion. I want to thank you for joining us. That's it for the Red List News. Don't forget, we are brought to you by Numana Foods. Go to numana.com/Hodges. Take 5% off your next purchase price with the coupon code Hodges, NOV5. Don't forget to subscribe and to like us. We appreciate you being with us. We'll see you back here again real soon.